What's up, everybody? Coach Ryan here with Project Fresh. Today, we're going to be talking about overwhelm and fatigue while focusing on your training. Now, you could be training for competition, you could be training for getting yourself into a better physique, better overall health. So, leaner muscle tissue, leaner body. You could be training just for regular maintenance. Whatever the reason may be, today we're going to talk about addressing overwhelm and fatigue while you're training. So my name is Ryan with Project Fresh, the owner and lead coach for this company. And for over the last 13 years, I've helped people take control of their health, optimize their performance, and build sustainable habits that actually stick. They stick with you, you keep them going. They're not here for 60 days and then gone for 2 years. And that's what our focus is here. So, as a certified strength and conditioning specialist and also a certified sports nutrition coach, I've had the opportunity to work with everyone from athletes to busy professionals, and I coach them through the science. Everything is science backed here and real world challenges of fitness and nutrition. So, all the challenges that come with doing well in those areas. And so, here, this Monday Lunch Live, I share the stories, lessons, and the systems that make long-term wellness possible. And one thing I try to do too, because I have so much knowledge on this topic, is keep things simple and not get too dialed in. I have a feeling not a lot of people watch this because I probably get a little bit too deep at times. That's not a bad thing. I think it's just an important reminder to myself to make sure that I keep things simple. Because at the end of the day, that's all of us are looking for anyway, right? It's simple. What can I do that's simple? It'll give me results. And in today's day and age, will give me results yesterday, right? Once I know what I need to do, I'd like to see it happen 5 days ago, right? Because I already need it today, which is usually often the case with fitness, with health in our society, where we only consider our health serious or something to pay attention to when we're getting wheeled into the doctor. Sometimes not by our own free will, is when we have that wake up call of, whoa, maybe I should spend some more time doing this whole health thing. And I don't mean to speak lightly of that. If you've had anybody, including yourself, suffer from a hospital visit or worse, and you're coming out with lots of bills, you're coming out with an ailment that is now permanent, or there's no time in the future when you're going to be done dealing with it, or you've had people that you know, like myself, who have passed away from preventative diseases and scenarios related to their health and fitness, then you know this is no light thing. So in the context of one of the things that keeps us away from eating well and taking care of business in that department, because food is exceptionally important, and then also what keeps us in play for our training, for working out, for strength training, which that's absolutely important. If you guys don't know, building muscle tissue is what helps regulate blood pressure. It helps regulate blood sugar. It helps regulate your digestion, your metabolism. It helps regulate your mental health. And right there, I've spoken to millions of people that have challenges related to their health. And so if you incorporate loading beyond your own body weight, so doing exercises, squats, presses, pulls, etc., your body weight and more, it's going to help you regulate all those areas. Who would like to have better mental clarity? Raise your hand. Okay. Who would like to feel better and not feel like you have to sit on the toilet for 2 hours just to go every day, right? Who maybe has had a blood sugar scare, right? You're not born with it, but maybe you've been told by your doctor that you're borderline type 2 diabetic, right? Insulin is now out of whack. Blood sugar regulation, just in general, is out of whack. Anybody? Okay. You raise your hands on any of those. Poor sleep. Okay. My sleep's all messed up. Okay. I'm all stressed out. All right. Movement is going to be something that's going to help address all those. Strength training and walking. That's where I start my clients. Starting to load themselves with their own body weight and then adding weight to that body additionally, and then getting walking in the best you can. If you live in the Arctic tundra, I've got people I train who are up in the northern parts of Canada, buy a walking pad. If you live in California, if you live in Florida, if you live in Texas, even the Southeast, a little bit north of there, I'm seeing temperatures that are 70s. I mean, it's been 70s and 60s here in Denver all winter long. But I know some of you guys south have been getting snow. But we're getting into a part now where there's no excuses, with the exception of some of those areas. Okay, I hear you, Houston. The humidity, I totally get it. Florida, I totally get it. I understand. I spent summers in Chicago, and I would say the humidity feels pretty similar, having been in Houston in the dead of the summer and been in the summertime, Chicago all summer long. They feel similar to me. I'm sure I'd probably get some kickback from people in Houston on that, but whatever it is, if you can get a $20 gym membership to Planet Fitness, go walk that treadmill, go lift those weights, buy a walking pad, and get a set of bands for $30. Bands can be a great way to add some resistance. I've seen people get in phenomenal shape using resistance bands only. So there's so many different resources and options. Of course, the budget's tight, and you got to get creative. Body weight calisthenics. You see those people get really in great shape too. So I've even seen people who are bipeds, right? Bimodal. They don't have arms, they don't have legs, missing one arm, missing one leg, even a few quadrupeds out there, where you don't have any of the limbs, and still they're doing their best to do what they can to take care of themselves and strength train the torso that they have, which that's very few in the population. But I've seen instances where even people who don't have those things will still do the best they can. That's why we have the Paralympics, for example. Those people aren't amazing or extraordinary because they were born that way, or that they think that way, or that they move that way. They are able to compete in the Paralympics because they chose to be that way, and they did the work that put them in that position to be able to move like that. So you don't need to go compete for a medal, but there's so many resources out there for you to have that better health. So I've had an insanely long intro, and what I wanted to do is just specifically get to overwhelm and fatigue. If you are overwhelmed from life, this has been a reoccurring topic with clients that I've had over the last couple of weeks. And this is something that actually I feel the Lord speaking to me as well. I'm getting the sense He's telling me rest, and not rest in a way that's like take Sunday off, like multiple days of rest off. Like this is going to impact training kind of rest. This is going to impact, well, not training, it's going to impact work. It's going to impact the normal flow. And those are the things that I'm having a hard time letting go and resting in. And He's telling me to rest. And so I need to answer the call. So I'm working on what that looks like for my schedule to do it. But ultimately, as far as clients go, I'm seeing people having work, having relationship, having extracurriculars, having all the different things that can make a very busy 168 hours. And some of those waking hours are really getting into sleeping hours, whereas you know what your sleep would be, 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep, which would refresh and replenish you. You know what a good night's rest looks like, feels like, and turns into for the next day. But that's only happening maybe once or twice a week, maybe once or twice every couple of weeks, maybe 2 times a month. And it's like you wonder why all these challenges are coming up. Sleep is the number one thing. This is my first point, and I'll knock these out real quick here. Sleep is the number one thing that not only replenishes the body, muscles, recovery, your digestive system, allowing the fat to translate to energy stores, but it also helps replenish your mind, your brain. Sleep is paramount for brain health. So if you're a student studying, if you're someone who has a lot of knowledge that they need to have readily available in the job, or you're using your mind, which we all are, the brain only weighs 2% of the entire body weight, our entire body weight, but it takes about 20% of our calories, our energy every day. It is the master controller of everything that we can do and think and be, right? So we need to feed it, we need to replenish it. So that point being, if you're overwhelmed or fatigued, prioritize your sleep and do not let anything, whether it's your work or relationships or otherwise, get in the way of it, because it's going to change everything. It's going to take you out of overwhelm. It's going to take you out of fatigue. Number two, you might, I mentioned training, you might be overtraining. You might be doing too much. You might need to bring it down, right? If you're trying to hit 5 or 6 or 7 days a week, it's probably too much. You might want to try 3 or 4. On the flip side, if you're only training 2 or 3 and it's a walk in the park and it's not a big deal, let's say you're hitting your steps. Let's say you're hitting 6,000 steps a day. You're on track to hit your first million at the end of June. No problem. Everything's smooth and good here in March. You're training 2, 3 times, and those workouts are 30, 40 minutes. No big deal. I feel good. Maybe you need to train harder. If you train more, if you put more into it, lift more weight, that can really make a big difference in your recovery and your fatigue. The last one, number 3, and I think this is really important. I had this conversation with a number of clients over these last couple of weeks. I've noticed this trend that if you're busy, high performance, high demand, whatever it is with work, constantly on the go, a lot of times that lifestyle translates to working out after work, which is hard, right? Well, I just don't want to wake up in the morning because I'm up late already, trying to get all the sleep I can. So I literally roll out of bed. I do everything. I'm in front of my computer or I'm on the road to work, right? Does that sound familiar to you? Right? Okay. So if you're working out after work, what I find is that those that stop work and don't go back to it, that's it. They work out, they do their workout, they get their dinner, they relax, and they go to bed. Oftentimes that that sleep's going to be a lot better. It's going to be more restorative. It's going to help you address overwhelm and fatigue. But if you're trying to go back to work after the workout while shoving some food down, whatever it is, I notice that can keep the mind racing. So your timing related to your rest and your recovery and your exercise, which can help with overwhelm and fatigue, is also important as well. So if the schedule isn't working, it's not conducive to giving you that restful sleep. It's not conducive to giving you that workout that's going to help you with your sleep. And it's not conducive to allowing your mind to come down and rest, where we're going from a more very active and possibly stressed nervous system to a more rested nervous system, right? Then that's going to have its impact as well. So keep those 3 things in mind if this topic pertains to you. My name is Ryan with Project Fresh. I'm the coach and the owner of this company. And what we do is we focus on making sure that you address these lifestyle areas so that you can live a lifestyle that's going to be in line with giving you the life that you desire to live. And our life is a product of our lifestyle. What we choose to think, what we choose to eat, how we choose to move, are all our decision. There's nothing that can stop us from doing those things. We actively choose to pick something else instead of those things. Because oftentimes as well, relationships, well, work, well, this, well, that. Well, you choose all those other things instead of prioritizing your fitness and your nutrition. And so when you get to the end of the life where you start to have health problems and you look back, those are the decisions that are going to put you into the space and place that you either don't want to be in, or if you do those things, it's going to put you in the space and place you do want to be in. All right. This is Ryan Sanders with Project Fresh. Always a pleasure. We'll look forward to seeing you guys here next week. We'll be back. We'll be back from our travel going East Coast to get in some nutrition coaching, training, and leadership seminar. Yeah. And so really looking forward to that. From our nutrition side, got some training coming in from our Asia team, our top lead in our Asia team. So really excited for that. Was in that last year in Chicago. So we'll probably maybe have some thoughts for you related to that next week. Well, in the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Drop in the comments how you're going to address your